All-Star 2023 in Utah has officially wrapped up. I'm Mikey Domagala of Inside Buzz, and I'm going to react to all of the events. Of course, it kickstarted on Friday night with the celebrity game. DK Metcalf, the NFL star, won MVP. I'm not going to react to that one, but what I will start with is the Rising Stars Challenge. Of course, following by the Skills Challenge, the Three-Point Challenge, and of course the Dunk Contest, won by Mac McClung on All-Star Saturday night. Sunday, the All-Star Game. Team Giannis finally gets a win against Team LeBron after 5 straight years of Team LeBron winning. It was a great weekend. To me, I think it was a little flawed. On social media, a lot of people had reactions to the All-Star Game and certain events that they thought should change for the better. I have a lot of ideas for the better, what the league could do to make it more exciting, more stars in all of the competitions. So I'll get to all of that. What I'm going to do is I cut up a lot of highlights from each event, and I'm going to react to it in real time. Give my exact thoughts on the All-Star Game, the Dunk Contest, who I think did better than others, who should have got higher scores in certain competitions. So I'm going to lead right into that. And after, I'm going to touch on what Kobe Bryant said about the All-Star Game right before he passed away on the Knuckleheads podcast with Quentin Richardson and Darius Miles. He had a lot to say about it, and I think a lot of it after the 2023 All-Star Game with Team Giannis beating Team LeBron, a lot of it is true. And I think a lot of it should be followed. The NBA front offices should look back on Kobe's interview and really kind of look into how to make the game better and extremely more competitive. First, I'm going to react to the Rising Stars game. This is the last game of the competition. I'm not going to go through the first couple games, even though they were competitive and they were playing a lot of defense. What you'll see here is Team Pau about to beat Team Joakim Noah. So in this game, Jose Alvarado becomes MVP, hits a game-winning shot. I'm going to lead you through that last game. First team to reach 25 points wins. Quentin Grimes, it was the Quentin Grimes show really to open the game. He finished with like 27 combined points. Here you see him knocking down a couple of three-pointers. Here's J-Dub behind the back pass to Quentin Grimes. Bang, another three. New York Knicks sophomore, of course. I'm a big fan as a New York Knicks fan from New York. That's 4 threes in this game to 25 game to win it all. 4 threes from Quentin Grimes. Here's Jose Alvarado. I'll put the audio overhead. Telling Donovan Mitchell, oh, you want me to hit a game-winning shot? All right, watch this. I'm going to get it done.
I'll take this last shot and make it. If I get the ball, if they give me the ball, if he give me the ball,
Pau Gasol up on Joakim Noah's team. Jose Alvarado going for the win. Not yet. Hands it off. Alvarado cutting across for the win. Bang. Of course, he sends the crowd into a frenzy. You see Pau Gasol hyped up for him. Jose Alvarado, like I said, a growing personality in the NBA, embracing the whole moment, loving what he's seeing. And here he is, pointing at Donovan Mitchell after the game. Donovan Mitchell saying he owes him a steak dinner because he called his shot. So that was the first major event. Jose Alvarado won MVP. He really stole the show. Quentin Grimes, runner-up to Jose Alvarado for MVP. If Team Joakim came away with it, Grimes easily would have got the MVP. My overall thoughts on this challenge, I really like that the G League players came to play against, rookies and sophomores of the NBA. These guys had a lot to prove, and being on the main stage in front of millions, even close to 1 billion fans watching, is something they all knew. So they came hard to play. They actually played defense, put on a show, had a lot of high-flying dunks, but it wasn't as flashy and as, showtime as the NBA All-Star Game was. These kids, they were hungry and wanted to get their name out there on a big stage. Not all of them are on great teams, so they're not always on national TV all the time. So they really showed out. I got to give credit, Alvarado, all those guys, Quentin Grimes, Team Pau getting it done. So let's move on to the Skills Challenge. This is something that was very interesting to me because I think it was one of the worst skills challenges of recent years, maybe of all time. It was Team Giannis, of course, their big personalities. Giannis at the main focal point of the team with his 2 brothers. All right, Giannis hurt his wrist, so Drew Holiday had to fill in for him. And then the Utah Jazz. Walker Kessler, the rookie big man, who's, showing out a lot in Utah. Jordan Clarkson, the sniper. And, young bull Colin Sexton against the rookies. Number 1 overall pick, Paolo Banchero, Jabari Smith Jr., and Jaden Ivey. Now, of course, it's the same old format. The skills, running up and down the court, shooting some jumpers, who could do it in the fastest time, the passing challenge, and then later, shoot from a certain spot, which didn't really go that well. I'll admit it was terrible. That's the only word I could describe it with, because nobody was really hitting the shots. The Utah Jazz won the final round of the competition by getting like 7 combined points on 2s and 3s, which is 3 shots made maybe out of 12, and everybody else scored less than that, which is pretty embarrassing. These are, top tier NBA players supposed to be having the best skills in the world, and it really didn't live up to it. So let's jump right into that. We start here off the bat. The end of the passing challenge. Walker Kessler, Jordan Clarkson, young bull Colin Sexton throwing a one-handed pass through the middle. Here we are, Drew Holiday. This is the shot-for-shot format. Drew Holiday missing. This I'm going to go in full to the corner for one of Giannis's brothers. That was Alex shooting the 3. Drew Holiday from 3. Hits it. This is Thanasis Antetokounmpo. Misses the corner 3. Drew Holiday. Pretty bad brick from 3. Another one. Drew Holiday in the corner. A miss. These are all a minute long, so this will be a 3-minute segment. Another 3 bricked. Now, this isn't what people want to see. People want to see actual skills happening in the league. Another brick from 3. Drew Holiday, a far 4-point, 3-point bomb brick. Alex Antetokounmpo from 3. Brick. That's like 6 straight misses. Bricks, what I'm saying here. Finally, a 3 from Thanasis, far out. Alex from 3. Brick. It was ugly, folks. I won't lie. Sitting watching the games, reporting on it for NBA Buzz, it wasn't that pretty. Drew Holiday misses the long bomb. They only finished with 8 points on like 15 shots. Jabari Smith Jr., a far 4-point play. We're going here now with the rookies. Jaden Ivey from 3. Another miss. That's 2 in a row. 3 in a row. Miss from Paolo. Jabari from 3. Good 3-point shooter. A miss. Jaden Ivey from deep. Another miss. That's 5 in a row. Paolo from 3. Looks good. A brick off the front rim. 6 in a row. Missed. 7 in a row. Missed. Paolo from way downtown. 8 in a row. Missed. The ball's flying all over the court. It just wasn't the best look. Jaden Ivey, another miss. That's what, 0 of 9 now? Jabari Smith, another miss. That's 10 shots in a row missed by these rookies. Paolo finally hits the little baby mid-range shot that every NBA player should hit. Jabari, a miss. That's like 1 of 12 shooting. Jaden Ivey from deep, 1 of 13 shooting. They hit 1 shot. Paolo hit one at the end, and it didn't go. Here we are to the Utah Jazz. Jordan Clarkson, a long miss. Seems like he wasn't even really trying. Colin Sexton, he was definitely on one. Hit his first 3. Walker Kessler, not exactly a 3-point shooter. Hits the back rim on that, misses. Jordan Clarkson, not a good look. Brick off the side of the backboard. Sexton, like I said, locked in. Hits another one. They already have 7 points. The other team had this as a high. Walker Kessler misses the 3. It's alright. You don't expect it from a shot-blocking big man. Jordan Clarkson just not locked in again. Not hitting. Colin Sexton from deep. Just misses. Here's Kessler to put it away from 3. Gets it to go. Utah Jazz, just like that. They hit 3 shots out of like 12 or 13 attempts, and they win the last part of the contest. It wasn't a pretty sight. It wasn't a pretty sight at all. What I think has to change, and it's going to be a common sentiment that I'm going to say in this video, these challenges need more star power. I saw and posted on NBA Buzz the 2007 NBA Skills Challenge. Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Paul. Dwayne Wade wound up winning that event, but it had all the star power. Everybody's eyes were on it. You saw top-tier skill. These guys going really hard, for bragging rights over their friends. Those guys are all friends with each other, and, they really put on a show for the fans. This, I'm just not impressed at all. Like I said, it was terrible. I think it was. Nobody's really trying. Yeah, Giannis was hurt from his wrist injury, but it just wasn't a good look from the NBA and the product they put out. Social media had a field day with that, among as well as the All-Star game. But the skills challenge, I gotta give it like a C out of all grades. Back to the Rising Stars challenge, I'll give that an A-. I think everybody played pretty hard and created a lot a lot of social media buzz with Jose Alvarado, Quentin Grimes knocking down shots. So let's move on to the three-point contest. Not much to say here because it's the same old standard format, which I like. Damian Lillard, of course, wins it. Tyrese Halliburton ties Stephen Curry's record for 31 points in a single round. Let's move on to this. This is the shortcut of the three-point challenge. 2 minutes and 18 seconds. This is Halliburton starting from 20, knocking down back-to-back threes. Here he is, his last rack. Hits it. Multiple money balls. He's at 25. He's at 27. Make that 29. And to tie Curry's record, 31. Halliburton, coming into the NBA, people said his jump shot wouldn't translate to the NBA. Here he is tying an NBA record. Right to Dame. Not the best start. Misses his first two. Knocks down his third. His fourth. This is his last round, the championship round. So this will make his mark and see how much he gets. And then Halliburton will have to beat him. I'm going to jump forward a little bit to 19. Lillard misses for 20. Keeps missing. Makes that 22. Makes that 23. 24. And Moneyball makes it 26. Of course, you got Dame Dalla in the clutch, so to speak. You know he's not missing his last shot. Now here's Halliburton chasing 26 of Damian Lillard. See if he could come back and win it all. 8, 9. He's hot right now. Ooh, gets the friendly bounce for 11. He's on his last rack. 11. 13. Not yet. 15. And 17. I did skip through a little bit on that. I forgot to mention that. Halliburton finishes with 17. Here's Damian Lillard dapping up all the NBA players watching. Dame Dalla was like plus 450 on the betting line. So that's $100 to win $450, 10 to win $45, and he gets it done. So whoever bet Dame Dalla obviously cashed out. I like the three-point format. I always have. I think it's good. All of them going head-to-head. Buddy Hield here in the video. Got to give him credit. He looked pretty good. Moving on to the dunk contest. Here's Trey Murphy, his first dunk. Trey was very creative with it. As you see, he fakes the dunk here. Waves to the crowd. Who else? Like I said, Jose Alvarado, GTA, Grand Theft Auto, gets the steal. Alley-oop off the glass for a 360 dunk from Trey Murphy III. That was very creative. His total score, 46.6. That's close to a 50 to me. Next, Jericho Sims, Knicks high flyer. Not too flashy, but he showed off his bounce. He had two elbows in the rim like you see on the replay. Here he is going up in slow-mo. Very nice. Two elbows in. We know Vince did the one elbow hang back in 2000. Not the best score because it wasn't all that exciting. It's almost like he's such a freak of nature. Karl Malone at 44. That's a little disrespectful. 47.6 as a total. Kenyon Martin Jr. Baseline reverse dunk. Not exactly the best dunk you want to see out the gates to kind of move on to the next round. KJ Martin, 46 on the first dunk. I agree. It wasn't that flashy. It was impressive. Of course, the golden boy, Mac McClung, who won this competition. Here's his first dunk. Jumping over a squatting dude with somebody on his back. And we'll let it play out here. Jumps over, hits the ball on the backboard, and then finishes for the reverse. That's a dunk we've never seen before. He said before the competition, you're going to see multiple dunks you've never seen. Here's the replay, off the glass, reverse. Got to give him credit. That was a pretty difficult dunk, something we've never seen in the dunk contest. Let's see what his final score was. 50-50-50-50. Perfect 50 for his first dunk. Moving on to KJ Martin. He has the hollow basketball from his dad. That was pretty nasty. Reverse dunk, ball by his feet to finish. Let's see what he got. Karl Malone, another 44. He must have something against the Martin family. 47.2. Trey Murphy, another dunk. Pretty nasty. You got to give it to him. The runner-up of this dunk contest really got creative. Really showed, he's more than a 3-and-D guy on the Pelicans. He's a high flyer. Pretty nasty dunk there. Almost all 50s. Karl Malone giving him a little short. 49.4. I agree with that. Maybe not a perfect 50, but very close to it. Jericho Sims, like I mentioned, I'm a big Knicks fan. And I was let down because he has unreal bounce. He's got like bunny hops in his feet, like he's always jumping on a trampoline. You'll see it here. Here he goes, something in the net. One elbow hang like Vince, keeps it in there and grabs a 50 on a paper. Not all that impressive, not too much, crazy motion in the air or 360 between the legs, but it was good. Jericho wants a 50. Only got a 47.8. Not exactly the most emotional guy, and he was pretty blank-faced there. So Mac McClung's second dunk, just nasty. Absolutely nasty. Another dunk we've never really seen before. Just off of 50, Lisa Leslie gives him a 49. 49.8. That was his only one under a 50 in this contest. This is probably the most underrated dunk in the entire contest. Let's hope I give a replay. Mac looking on. Between the legs from Trey Murphy. Self alley-oop in the air. Here it is. For the windmill. Now that's really tough. You got to track the ball the entire way, know your jump, and then throw the windmill. 48.8. That's disrespect. You got to give it a 50. Here's Mac, another dunk. Double clutch reverse. Not exactly that crazy, but another dunk, in his repertoire that hasn't been seen too often from him, a smaller guy. It's pretty difficult. You see Giannis looking on there. Here's the replay. Double clutch reverse while jumping over somebody. It's tough. It's tough. Let's see what they gave him. Another 50. Like I mentioned, no other dunks from McClung under a 50 other than that last one. Giannis, of course, always looking on, giving great facial expressions. Trey Murphy again. Here we go. Homage to Vince Carter. Yep, homage to Vince Carter. 360 windmill. Nothing we haven't seen before. Mac McClung, we haven't seen, excuse me. This we saw Vince do it in 2000. Great dunk, very impressive, just off of 50 again. Average came out to a 49.2. Now here's Mac's social media breaking, never before seen dunk. Pretty much a 520 to win it. Here's the replay. 520. What does he say? It's over. You saw the replay. He had his old jersey on from high school or college. I forget which one. Pulled out the Kenny Smith. It's over. A perfect 50 to win it. Got to give credit to Mac McClung. LeBron James afterwards said it's one of the best dunking performances he's ever seen in a dunk contest. He could put on a show against Michael Jordan, Vince Carter, Aaron Gordon, Zach LaVine. Those are LeBron's words. Do I agree? Yeah, pretty much. But not sure if he beats an Aaron Gordon or a Zach LaVine. Because how I see it, after these Mac McClung dunks, how much more creative can he get? We remember that a couple of the shows from Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine. Those were insane. Would love for them to run it back. Would love to see Zion Williamson next year. So the dunk contest was good. Mac McClung stole the show. Trey Murphy, runner-up. He's got to get more credit for the insane dunks he did. Another competition that I'll say, this needed more star power. Yeah, Zion's hurt, but I know LeBron's a little too old right now, but he should have been in dunk contests. More big names should be in these dunk contests. Donovan Mitchell has insane bounce, insane creativity. Those are the kind of names we want in this dunk contest. Jericho Sims was a letdown, I won't lie. I'm a big Knicks fan, but what I saw was just him showing off his bunnies, not exactly the flair for what he really could do. Somebody else I want to see in it, Ja Morant, he'd put on a show. LaVine, Aaron Gordon, if they run it back. So that takes me to the All-Star game. Sunday's All-Star game, MVP Jason Tatum. Record-breaking 55 points for Team Giannis. Team Giannis beat Team LeBron 184 to 175. That leads me right into the video to say there was absolutely no defense played in that game. At least in the 2022 All-Star game, 2021, 2020, we saw a lot of defense with that Elam ending. Now, there's a target score. These guys, best in the world, they really want to show off against each other. When it gets close, they play defense. We saw none of that in 2023. And the All-Star game, it was boring. Like I said, the skills challenge was terrible. That's the adjective I'll use. For 2023 All-Star game, it was just boring. Giannis off the bat, dunks the ball, subs himself right out. Now, that's totally understandable. He hurt his wrist. Gonna fly to New York to get specialists to look at it and stuff like that. Gonna be a couple weeks. Lauri Markkanen, alley-oop in front of his hometown crowd of Utah. Jokic, insane alley-oop to LeBron. Imagine that duo together. Jokic, alley-oop to Kyrie to lay it up. Bam Adebayo running right past Joel Embiid. LeBron, this is a great moment. Alley-oop to himself, off the glass, over Donovan Mitchell. Reminded me of Tracy McGrady in those early dunk contests. Jason Tatum, the MVP, has to match LeBron. 2 of his 55 points. Jokic to Embiid, great highlight. 2 of the best big men in the NBA. Front runners for MVP. LeBron from the logo, bang. Now this is the kind of stuff we want to see. All is good, these highlights, then it starts going downhill. Anthony Edwards gets a rebound, takes it 3/4 court for an easy dunk. Alright, Jaylen Brown, run right past in a close game, 46-44. Domantas Sabonis runs right past Julius. John Morant, 360 dunk. That was nasty. But do you see any defense? I see none. They're playing for charity. They're playing for bragging rights. Damian Lillard getting hot there. We want to see more defense. We want to see more competitiveness. Damian Lillard, another fadeaway 3. All right, we like the long 3s. We like it. Team Giannis currently up 97-92. You got nothing here. Jason Tatum running to an empty paint for a dunk. This is where it starts getting really good. The third quarter. Probably the best quarter of the entire thing. Right there, I'll go back a little. Jason Tatum, deep 3, bang. Donovan Mitchell, deep 3, bang. They just took over this entire game. Mitchell, Lillard, as you see, and Jason Tatum this third quarter. Tatum, step back 3, over Embiid. A little bit of defense in the face. Damian Lillard, another 3. It's just the Lillard show now. Half-court bomb, bang. Now this is where it gets really, really, really exciting. Jaylen Brown against his Celtics teammate and MVP, Jason Tatum. A little one-on-one. I believe they had 3 or 4 possessions back and forth against each other. This had everybody on their feet. I know I was excited at home watching just, these 2 teammates going at each other. So, does this need a one-on-one tournament in the All-Star weekend? I personally think so because of the excitement that this brought. Let's roll the tape. Brown against Tatum. See what happens here. Fade away. Not much defense from Tatum. Gets it. The mess, Jaylen Brown, after Tatum elbowed him a couple weeks back. Brown gets it back, dancing all over Tatum. Step back 3, just nasty. Score 155 to 141. Not even the third. Tatum now going at Jaylen Brown, dancing all over him. Step back 3. Gotta love it. Just teammates going at each other. 2 of the best players in the NBA. Of course, they're all stars. Here we are. Takes me to the fourth quarter. This is what really grinds my gears. Like I mentioned, in the past couple All-Star games, with the target score and the Kobe Bryant trophy being handed out, 24 points added to the final score, these guys really want to play. Team Giannis was up like 20 points heading into the fourth quarter. You'd think there'd be a sense of urgency from Team LeBron. Not much at all. Team Giannis got out to a hot start. They're 5 points away, and then Team LeBron, starts turning it up. And back at it. Here's Team Giannis up 14 points. Lauri Markkanen, hometown kid of Utah, slamming it down. And there's not too much sense of urgency from Team LeBron. They're down 11. You see Donovan Mitchell of Team Giannis just slicing through the lane, a little just floater, nobody coming over, nobody rolling over. Joel Embiid not even putting a hand up. Team Giannis 181 to Team LeBron's 170. Target score is 182. So Team Giannis is 1 point away. 1 bucket wins this thing, and you'll see how this plays out. Nobody really playing defense. Jaylen Brown, slicing through for the windmill. Jaylen Brown from 3, making it a 6-point game. Is Team LeBron nervous? I really don't think so. Lauri Markkanen wide open in the corner. Nobody's over. Julius Randle, Embiid barely going for the rebound. Damian Lillard, here we are to end it. Dame Dalla, of course, coming up big in the clutch. 184 to 175. Team Giannis wins it. Now, this is where the problem is. This is exactly what any NBA fan, any true basketball fan didn't want to see. You leave Lauri Markkanen 1 point away from the win, wide open in the corner. Nobody even bats an eye. Nobody's looking. Nobody's even looking to play any defense. He misses. Team LeBron doesn't even go for the rebound. And then Dame Dalla, gets it. Game-winning 3. That's the issue of the 2023 All-Star Game. No effort, no competitiveness, no anything. So that leads me to what I'm going to show you now. Kobe Bryant, right before he passed, was on the Knuckleheads podcast with Quentin Richardson and Darius Miles. Now, he touched on, I believe, that 2019 All-Star Game. And he even said he doesn't like the competitiveness of those games. There's shades of what he said that's happening now. And personally, I think there needs to be incentives for these guys to play hard. As sad as that is, these guys should just play for, loving the game and loving the competitiveness and being at All-Star Weekend. But it's just not going to happen.
I think the All-Star game in general needs a little revamping because it used to be competitive.
Yeah.
It used to be competitive, and fans want to see the best pickup game in the world. That's what this is. They don't want to see you running up and down and dunking and doing all this crazy. They want to see what happens when you get these collection of best basketball players on the planet, and they play and they go head up against each other.
Man.
I mean, you guys play harder at a pickup game in UCLA.
For real.
And ain't
do.
billions of people watching.
For real.
Definitely do.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely do.
They gotta
So I
turn
think
it
the
up.
All-Star game needs a little changing. I always love competing in them. I didn't lose many of them.
Nah,
me
you
and
was
CP
one,
used to talk
you
all
was
the time.
one of the
like, hold on.
ones. You took it
Yeah,
serious.
we went it. I don't think me and CP, when we played together in the All-Star game, I don't think we've ever lost a game.
Yeah.
And we used to look at each other and say, okay,
Going serious.
Let's
They
go.
don't want to play, we going to play.
fourth quarter, let's go get them.
That's Kobe Bryant for you. The Mamba mentality through and through. You heard what he said. He used to tell Chris Paul in the fourth quarter, after the first 3 quarters of, people catching their alley-oop, shooting from 3, whatever. That's all fun and games, like it was in this year's. Kobe used to tell CP3, all right, let's go get him. Let's go win this thing. And that's what they did every year. Everybody turned it up. Say CP and Kobe were on the west side, of course, Western Conference All-Stars. LeBron, D-Wade, and them were on the east, and they're really turning it up, trying to win it for their conference. So the competitiveness is just out of these games. Another point Kobe made. All the best players in the world are playing head-to-head. Each side has insane talent to them. MVPs on each side, past and present, just like in 2023 All-Star Game. And nobody's really trying hard. Kobe hit the nail on the head. People play harder in UCLA, college, pickup in the summer, pickup games rather than the All-Star Game in front of billions, even millions of people. It was sad. I won't lie. The 2023 All-Star Game was sad for that reason. And I go back to the star power thing. I'm gonna sound like a broken record. No Steph Curry, no Kevin Durant. LeBron was hurt at halftime. Giannis was hurt to open the game. No Zion Williamson. That's 5 star players who Steph brings the 3-point shooting, Zion brings the dunk, and the rest of them bring everything in between. So that's what the All-Star Game was missing this year. Competitiveness, guys actually trying, and the stars. There were no stars out there really, giving the fans what they want because of injuries. It was pretty sad. Overall, I got to give it, just like I gave the skill challenge, a C rating. I'll generously give it a C+, because I like the Tatum one-on-one. That should, like I said before, have the NBA league office take a look at for a one-on-one tournament. And I just think these players, as pathetic as it sounds, they need incentives to go hard in this game. These guys aren't really cut from the same cloth Kobe was and those guys back then in the 2000s, 2010s, and prior. So that's my thoughts on that. And in general, I just think it was a decent All-Star weekend. Mac McClung stole the show. Jose Alvarado, another budding name. The draft I really liked. I like LeBron and Giannis drafting their teams, and we'll leave it there. That was my reaction to the 2023 NBA All-Star Weekend. I'm Mikey Domagala of Inside Buzz. Subscribe and stay tuned for more videos like this, more interviews, and more Man on the Street interviews as well.